All right. I know there's folks that are going to still be trickling in, but we wanted to get at least started and walking through the agenda for the day. So thanks for joining the Day Zero workshops. We didn't do this last year, so we'd love feedback if this was a cool idea, if people like it or not. The whole goal, I think, of the Day Zero was to dive a little bit deeper, to bring in a lot of like deep expertise, deep, kind of like domain knowledge, experts in different areas. We divided the day basically as this morning with measuring intelligence. So obviously we're going to talk about a lot of how do we evaluate intelligence. We have panels, we have talks, that kind of stuff. And then in the afternoon we have AI infra, so which is kind of like the hidden, you know, uh, engine behind AI. So we'll dive a lot, everything from kernels to distributed systems and all kinds of things in between. So we are here in the second floor, and then there's also down the hall. There's also an open agent summit. Don't worry about that. Stay here. Um, this is the fun room, and you can see this is the floor, and there's coffee and stuff out there to the left. Let me flip a few things here. There's also a reception tonight here at 7 to 8. So if you're around, if you want to get a beer or a glass of wine, that starts at 7. There's also a startup showcase. I backed up here, where we have a dozen or more startups that are going to be speaking, and then we got some great VCs, including Gradient and GitHub and Dell Capital and Mayfield and folks as judges. So in terms of the agenda for today, I'm kicking things off here with someone that I worked with in the past that I'm super excited to bring up on stage. So Noam and I will have a chat, mostly because we didn't really want to do slides. We'd rather just sit here and talk. But we are going to have lots of talks. So we'll have John from Stanford talking about RL and the Weaver project over there, which is the weak verifiers project. We have a talk from Ifan, who I just saw from Stanford, talking about how we're measuring and how we're evaluating with Helm. We then have a really cool panel moderated by John Mark. So we got some of the best in the business here. Unfortunately, Carlos pinged this morning. He's sick, so not unfortunately going to make the panel, but we have a really great set of speakers, including Sarah Hooker and Vivian from NVIDIA. So we have really cool morning, and then we'll take a little bit of a break, and then we'll come back, and then Akanksha from Reflection. If you didn't know, Reflection just raised $2 billion. They're building an open frontier model, super freaking cool. And then we'll follow that by a talk from Anastasios from Ala Marina, and then we'll finish the morning with a panel that also has some really great speakers, moderated by Shashir Patel from Meta, with folks from all over, from Petronas to Jeremy Howard, to Haifeng Hu. So it's a really great panel. And then in the afternoon, I'll just give you guys kind of a preview. We can dive a little bit deeper into this. So we'll start out talking about foundations. So Tianqi Chen's going to be giving a keynote in the afternoon. We'll have Bowen Peng from News Research, Daniel Han from Unsloth, and then we'll have a panel moderated by Yana from Meta with Robert Nishihara, Michael Suo, a bunch of really great folks that are ML experts, especially at the infra layer, from Anyscale, Meta, VLM, XAI, and Fireworks. We'll then jump into decentralized and open reinforcement learning environments. Will Brown from Prime Intellect. We have another talk on environments from Andy Zhang from Stanford. Ajit Matthews can talk about some of the new silicon that we're building at Meta. And then we're going to finish the day with a really fun panel by Mark Seraphim, with some great folks from GPU Mode, Modular, Sakana AI, Stanford, and Allen Institute. That, I think, is going to be a pretty spicy panel. I think Nathan's on that one. Yep, Nathan. Yep. Okay, it's going to be spicy. So that'll be a good one. And then from there, we can all grab a drink and hang out and chat.